So today's video is going to be the Bachelor episode 24, or I'm sorry, episode 4, Bachelor season 24, episode 4. And this is how you go live and fumble your words. Yeah. No edits available here today. Huh?
I said I'm the only one in it again.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So anyhow, this week's Bachelor episode, basically what happened, it started out with Chris Harrison coming into the mansion and saying, "Hey girls, we're gonna make some biscuits, so come on in." And so the girls come in and they sit down on the couch, and Chris said, Peter's left. And y'all are gonna basically pack your bags and you are going on this exotic journey and you're gonna go to some faraway places and it's gonna be amazing. And then all of a sudden he's like, "You're going to Cleveland, Ohio." And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Cleveland, yay, Cleveland."
That had to have been like bad.
Yeah. No. If it were me and I was there, I would have been like, "Cleveland? Really? Cleveland?
Cleveland got
of all places, Cleveland."
Cleveland got a bad rap on that.
Yeah. This is my husband, y'all. I mean, of all places, Cleveland, Ohio. So then they pack their bags. They get on the plane or whatever, and then they go to Cleveland, Ohio. And you see these really cool pictures of Cleveland. I'm from Michigan, and I did not know that Cleveland was actually that big. I've never been to Cleveland. I've been to Sandusky, which is where Cedar Point is, and yes, I've been to Cedar Point. Loved it. I was 18, had my senior trip there. Loved Cedar Point, the best. Anyhow, we'll get there. So then they go to Cleveland and they look at their little penthouse or whatever. And then Victoria F gets a date card. And she's freaking out because, she thinks she's going skydiving. So she goes to meet Peter and he's by a helicopter. And she's like, "Oh my God, are we going skydiving?" And she's like freaking out. I mean, she's like, "No, I don't want to. I'm scared of heights. No." And so they meet Peter and he's like, "No, we're not skydiving. We're just going to have some alone time, you and me, in this plane. We're going to fly." I mean, dude, he's a pilot. That's what he loves. You better get used to flying. Yeah. So they go up in the air and they fly and they have some fun and have some conversations. And she's enjoying herself. Even though she's scared of heights, she's enjoying herself. Then they go to Cedar Point. Thank you. I wouldn't set it there because
I'm going to eat this. I haven't made yours.
Oh, okay.
You're live.
They go to Cedar Point and they go on some rides. Some of the rides I've actually never been on. But the one that they went on, I don't think I actually did go on. And they had the whole park to themselves. Like, nobody was there. And it looks like you're coming towards me. Like, that's what it looked like. That's why I thought you were bringing me food.
Just can see me.
Yeah, hey. Don't be weird. Justin. Don't be weird. Anywho. So, he's like, "I've got a surprise for you." And he's like, "I'm so excited to show you this." And in the background, you hear him say, in the commentary, like, "I know she likes country music." And we all know what's coming because we've seen the previews and I've heard the rumors and so forth. And she's like, "Who is it? What is it? What's going on?" And she's like getting kind of nervous. And then they walk around the corner and there's Chase Rice. a country singer who I have actually never heard of, and I like country music. And that's her ex-boyfriend. They dated. And she was like, oh my God, this is not happening. And Chase sees her and he's like, oh crap. Hey. All he could do is smile and sing. Because there's really nothing else he could do. Yeah. So Victoria and Peter dance, and she didn't tell him right yet that that was her ex-boyfriend. They dance. She's singing along to the song. And, you know, at the end of the concert, Peter talks to Chase, and I guess they exchange phone numbers. I don't know. I couldn't really hear what was saying. And Victoria's freaking out to the producer, I'm assuming. And, you know, then she actually goes and finds Chase and talks to him. And I don't know if it was like more of a closure for her. So I don't know. I don't know what it was really, why she even went to talk to him. I mean, if it were me and my ex-boyfriend was playing a concert for me and Justin, I wouldn't go up to him. I would tell my husband, hey, that's that's my ex, you know. I wouldn't find him, you know. That's done, that's over. Why do you want to open that door again? You know, you both have moved on. I don't know. My personal. What are your thoughts on that, love? The whole Chase Rice situation.
I'd made the conversation so awkward.
Would you?
Oh yeah.
With him or with?
Oh yeah, with him.
But you didn't. But say you wouldn't have known that he was, you know, her ex, like, and you were just like, hey, buddy, hey, dude, hey, can I get your number? Hey, you know, like all excited and stuff.
And I've still been excited whether he's your ex or not.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, you know, they get to the dinner portion later on, and she's just like really nervous because she's freaking out. She knows she needs to tell him. And so, oh, just you.
Yep.
Just you.
3 people.
No, I only have one.
It says mine. On mine, it's 3 people.
Okay. Anywho, so they get to the dinner portion, and she's like, I've got something to tell you. And she tells him that was her ex-boyfriend. And he was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, that was my ex-boyfriend. He's like, the singer, right? She's like, yes. And so I guess she gets, thank you, honey. She gets up and walks away because she's thinking, well, you know, he's kind of upset with her or whatever. And she goes into her corner and cries. And he goes and finds her and says she's not mad at her. It's just like, that was just an awkward situation. And it really was. Like, it was awkward. If it were me and my ex-boyfriend just came up out of the blue and started serenading me, it would be awkward. It truly would be awkward. So anyhow, they finish out the night on a positive note, and she gets the rose. And so then they come back to the mansion and get a group date card. And on the group date, I know this is what happens when you go live. On the group date, they are actually going to play some football. And Victoria P was like, I can't play, my back's hurting, or, you know, whatever. And so she sits out and hangs out with Peter. And the other girls play their hearts out. And they end up tying in the end, so they all get to go to the after portion with Peter. And, what's her name? Cheyenne, I think that's her name. Cheyenne said that she was going to get first dibs on him because she was like VIP or, won an award and or MVP, not VIP, MVP, most valuable player. So then Victoria P actually sneaks in and grabs him, and then she does get her turn, but then dun dun dun, you hear and up the stairs comes none only than Alea. And everybody's like, shut the front door.
Shut it.
And so she's like, I'm back just to let him know my truth. And so she goes and finds him and interrupts the other girl, and everybody's ticked. Everybody is ticked. So she sits down with Peter and's like, I don't know why you sent me home. It wasn't true. I'm friends with Victoria P. Her and I went to Vegas together. And, I'm not that kind of girl, blah, blah, blah. And so he says, hold on just a second. And he goes to talk to Victoria P. And Victoria P. is like, yeah, we went to Vegas together. And basically caught Victoria P. in a lie. Because she said she only knew her for like 3 hours total. And so then her and Victoria P. and Peter kind of have a conversation, and Victoria P. gives Alea a big hug. Now, if you're friends, I expect a big hug. However, if you're just acquaintances and have only known one another through the circuit and have only known one another for like 3 hours, you don't give someone a hug unless you're in the South. Then it's all fair, I'm sure. So they sit down, they talk, and they hash it out. And it seems like they're going around and around in circles. Peter's like, I'm out. So he gets up and walks away for a minute. And then he actually lets Alea come back into the show. He lets Alea come back into the show. And everybody is like pissed. Like pissed. And then to kind of top it off and put the, stab everybody else in the back, he ends up giving the date rose to Alea. And everybody's like, excuse me? Like, no, you didn't. So he walks out and everybody's like trying to the girls are trying to catch Alea up with what's going on, and Alea spills the tea. She tells everybody that Victoria F. went on the date and went to a concert where her ex-boyfriend was singing. And they're like, wait, what? And Alea's like, oh, whoops, you didn't know? Well, no, they didn't know. Why would they know? It's called privacy. Privacy. So, the girls go back and they tell everybody, or they tell Victoria F. that, hey, Alea said X, Y, and Z. Hey, you went on a date, you met up, your ex-boyfriend was there singing to you, and blah, blah, blah. Victoria F. confronts Alea and was like, hey, you had no right to do that, basically. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought everybody knew. And she's like, no. Why would everybody know? It's no one's business but mine. I'm not going to tell everybody that Chase Rice is my ex-boyfriend. So that's pretty much the end of that conversation. Then Kelsey, Winegate Kelsey, or Champagnegate, sorry, Champagnegate Kelsey gets the next date card. And her and Peter just kind of walk around Cleveland, and he tells her that Alea's back. And she's like, all right, that's cool. You know, I'd rather you find out now if you want to be with her or not than later on down the road when, we're together if we're together. So she handled it like an adult. Very, very cool, calm, collected. I mean, I actually liked this side of Kelsey. I did not like the champagne Kelsey. I mean, she was, wow. So then they go back to the after their thing, and Kelsey gets the rose, and they have the cocktail party, and that's kind of where it ended, where the cliffhanger ended. And for next week, I guess there's what? Oh. For next week, I guess there's 5 hours of The Bachelor, which means my recaps will probably be longer. So what I might do is, it's Monday and Wednesday next week that they're having these. I think 3 hours on one and 2 hours on the other for Bachelor. And so what I might do is I might actually record the recap next weekend, because 5 hours of The Bachelor is a lot to go through and record and remember. So you may not get a Bachelor from me until next weekend. So that is pretty much what happened on The Bachelor this week. It was very drama-filled. Not as much as it was last week, but it was definitely more entertaining than last week, too. I think my favorite part was when Chris said that you were going to Cleveland and you could hear crickets. That's kind of my favorite part. Oh, and Cedar Point, of course, because they're up near my neck of the woods. I'm from Michigan, so Cedar Point, that's a bomb. Any other further comments, Jay, about The Bachelor? About The Bachelor? Keep it clean.
No.
No? Okay. So feel free to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell so that way you know when I have videos coming. And also, please hit that like. Give me that thumbs up. And also, please follow me on TikTok, which is Ruby Red Queen 1.0. On Facebook, which is Amanda Suzanne. And on Twitter, which is Suzanne_Amanda. Hope you guys like this live. I'm going to try and do these a little bit more often so I can get, better at going live, because, I'll be able to do that on my phone. And if you like this, feel free to leave me comments down below. I'm hoping that next time I go live that there will be more participation in here besides my husband. No offense to you, babe.
What?
You heard me.
What happened?
Nothing.
I didn't do anything.
Nope.
Hey, guys!
I only have 2 people in here. And I don't know who that second is, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off this live and post this video. And I do appreciate all of my subscribers. You guys are the bomb. And I will talk to you all next time. I'll be making a video this weekend on Taylor Swift's new documentary that's coming out tomorrow. Yes. Okay, stop.
Oh, sorry.
So we will talk to you all later, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye!